Hi, John here, again in our series for art students. Also my YouTube address, the channel name is Author Lecturer John Patrick Hart. Now today, we're going to discuss the conquest of pictorial space in Western art, how the artists such as Velasquez have used three-dimensional volumes and placed them in a spatial context. For more information on Velasquez, please go to Wikipedia, because this is simply a structural analysis of the painting, which is my object today. Here's a close-up of our beautiful little Infanta. Here she is surrounded by her maids of honor, also called las Meninas. Also, another title is Maids of Honor. Here is a sketch I did showing that spatial flow of space around the figures, the spatial volume, the spatial flow around figures in space. Here's a sketch showing that. And we keep going back to the original. Here is a sketch of the empty studio without the figures, showing Don Jose in the background in the doorway. And I'm going to use Don Jose as an example of this three-dimensional space that the artist has created. Here again, Don Jose in the doorway. Supposed to be the brother of Velasquez. Now here's a sketch. Don Jose in the doorway, and a long arrow that points to the figures that he observes in the background. Actually, he places them in the foreground with his point of view. I call this sketch What the Butler Saw. A little bit of humor there. Again, the original painting we keep referencing, of course. Here again, this sketch I use again too much. Empty studio. A close-up now of the arrow pointing to the figures of the Infanta surrounded by her maids of honor. Velasquez at the easel in the right foreground. And there's also a sketch of the king and queen behind them. Actually, they're looking at them being painted by the Velasquez. There's a close-up of the mirror in the background. Now, to illustrate this spatial concept more, I've used models here. There, the green figure is Don Jose in the doorway. Here's an overhead shot, and I've used a green figure in our foreground here, observing Velasquez. I don't know where that Chinese figure came, but there's Velasquez behind his canvas. Here are the models in the same position as in the painting. Someday I'll be able to afford to hire Pixar to do these interpretations for me. Here's the light source from the right window that falls on all the figures, and that Velasquez used as his main source of light, adding reflected light on all the figures to give them more dimensionality. Of course, Velasquez used that light source brilliantly, using reflected light on the figures to add more three-dimensionality of our figures. And again, going back to the original painting, one of the world's great masterpieces to be seen at the Prado in Madrid. It's probably their centerpiece masterpiece. I would urge you to go back and review certain sections of our humble video, which we tried to demonstrate the concept of the artist's use of pictorial space in painting in the late Renaissance. Thank you for watching. Please, more details are in my book, The Art of the Storyboard, which is available at Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com. Thank you.